Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Chattanooga FC's live stream. It's great to have you back here on Saturday night at beautiful Finley Stadium. The sun is out, and we're ready to play some great soccer. Sorry about the lightning delay there. We had a little tiny storm that came through and dumped a ton of water on the field. Left us a beautiful rainbow, of course, which is always nice to see. And here we are tonight. I'm Simon Neal. My great friend Keon Rose is here to help us out. And we're going to have a good game tonight. Have some lots of action with Chattanooga FC against Atletico Atlanta, a team we have not played before. So that should be interesting. Atletico Atlanta, that's going to be hard to say, isn't it? Bear with me. That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a tongue twister.
So, yeah, they are playing in the UPSL, and they are top of their league in the UPSL right now, and playing very well. They've have a great record down there. Let me put more information on them. Yeah, they have 300 pro development teams across the league in the UPSL, and they were undefeated in 2020, claimed the national championship. They are 2-time regional champions and 3-time state champions of Georgia. So quite an impressive team there. Old-time CFC fans will also recognise David Coloco, who's playing in their midfield. So we look forward to seeing how David's doing and how he's progressed while he's playing for them. So this is the first game for both teams in the NISA Independent Cup, which is a summer tournament that provides competition to professional amateur sides all across America. We're playing, as you would imagine, in the Southeast Conference, and it's the first time these two teams have met. The manager of Atlanta is saying he's very keen to play against a pro team. This is their first pro team game. The manager is Yav Garcia, and he said he's looking forward to the atmosphere in the stadium and coming to the city, and just excited to play against the team. He thinks this will be a big highlight for them playing in the Cup and getting some game time against Chattanooga. So, without further ado, we will get a bit more information on the teams. We do have some starting lineups, and Keon, do you want to run us through the starting lineups?
I'm sure.
You got those? Thank you, sir.
Chattanooga FC starting Alec Reddington in goal. The defense players would be Sean Russell Jr., Richard Dixon, Nick Spielman, Tate Robertson at midfield, Marcus Nagelstadt, Juan Hernandez, Charles Cutler Coleman, Felipe Oliveira, James Cossack, Alec McKinley, and Caio da Silva. And then for Atletico Atlanta, your starting lineup, Albert Siroy in goal, Nicholas Salazar, Gabriel Silva, Victor Prophet, Iaso Bekele, David Coloco, Patrick Kuanda, Tyrone Harrison, Rodrigo Siqueira, Welder Castro, and Juan Palomino.
So there's the lineup, and yeah, some of the players that played on Wednesday against Appalachian FC obviously getting a rest, and they're on the bench tonight for Chattanooga. So on the bench we have Michael Borrelli in the goal on the bench. He was very good on Wednesday when he came on. Cam Woodfin on the bench, Brett Jones, Ricardo Bahena also had a good game, and Angel Hertuado as well. And then Topher Marshall, our midfielder, come striker. And actually, I had a late update on that. Sean Ross was on the bench too because he played such a hard game on Wednesday. So he will be there on the bench. And yeah, looking forward to see how those guys work out and how they play. Looks like Chattanooga are coming out in the white, because Atlanta always play in their black strip, which should be super hot. A player to watch tonight is going to be, of course, Marcus Nagelstadt. 4 goals in the last 2 matches. He's really on fire right now. And 2 goals and 1 assist against the Appalachian FC. So he was the main scorer. And then, of course, Felipe Oliveira, who got the benefit of the assist and poked that goal in to make the winner. So we're going to keep an eye on Marcus tonight, see if his form continues. And I'm sure, I hope it does. And I'm sure he does too. He's going to be in the right mood to nick some more goals tonight. The weather's now looking really good. The skies are clear and the humidity's gone down a little bit, as you can see outside. And we swing across, we can see a bit more of the stadium and the players coming out. So they're getting ready to line up. And we've given you the teams. They'll be giving them the teams in the stadium. So we will go to a commercial that's going on. And that's what we got. So it's like a great game coming up. They're the first of this series for the NISA Independent Cup. The other games we got after tonight, we got Savannah Clovers. We're going to them on the 17th, and the 24th of July, Soda City are coming here. And then in between that, of course, don't forget, we've got the return match against Appalachian FC. which is on the 21st at Boone, North Carolina, which should be a lot of fun because they're a fun team to play against on Wednesday. So basically we've got soccer all the way through every weekend now until November the 20th, because they also announced the regular season this week as well. So we have just stacks and stacks of soccer here in Chattanooga, which is absolutely fabulous. The fans I talked to are very excited about that, and we'll be covering that later on as things go on during the game to think a bit more about that. So that's what's going to happen next. So sit back, enjoy some great soccer. Here we go.
When the world's fastest internet meets the ultimate TV experience, it's even better than you imagine. Introducing the new EPB-5 TV, cutting-edge entertainment that fits the way you live today. Watch your favorite movies and shows anytime, anywhere. No set-top box required. Pause, restart, or replay live TV up to 3 days later. And carry a world of entertainment in your pocket with unlimited DVR. Break free from traditional TV with the new EPB-5 TV.
Hi there, I'm Megan Freeman, and I'm a leasing agent for Urban Story Ventures. We're a commercial real estate company in Chattanooga, and we would like to help you find your dream office. When you sign a lease with us, everything is taken care of in-house. From leasing to everyday maintenance, we are there for you every step of the way.
Here we go. So teams have done the coin toss and they're ready to get going and choose the end to see which end Chattanooga end up with. As we're a little bit later starting, the advantage of playing from left to right may not be as strong because they haven't got the sun in their eyes. We'll see which way we go, which team plays. So usually Chattanooga play from left to right, and I think that's what happened this time. Yep, looks like they go in that direction. So the opposing goalkeeper will have the sun in his eyes. Lucky him. So here's tonight's officials. Head official Carlos Pialago, assistant number 1 on the sidelines, Jonathan Fogo, number 2 on the other side, Jody Latarga, and the fourth official, Ronald Ware, who'll be doing the substitutions and other official duties. Don't forget, while he's down there with Alex Harrison, who's the gameplay manager, you will see his head sometimes down by the blue CFC table. It's Alex's birthday today. He's 24, so happy birthday to Alex. And he's done a great job keeping things running on match day, keeping it all together. So the teams are getting ready, going into their huddle, taking photographs, doing the things that teams do before a game. Once again, while Hernan is wearing the captain's armband, making sure he gets everybody on the same page. Does such a great job as Moan, such a great captain. And every time I see him play, I think this is the best guy we've had for a long time, Captain Chattanooga. So it always looks good. So stand back, get your ready drinks, get your popcorn, be ready, and we will be about to get going very shortly. Don't forget, if you hear any strange noises during the game, that will be the Chatahooligans waving the flags and banging the drums, so do not be alarmed. That is a normal part of the game at Finley Stadium. We are seconds away from kickoff. Keon, any thoughts on tonight's game?
Just that I'm excited to see it finally get underway. I was excited for the 7:30 kickoff, but of course that didn't happen because we had a little bit of a rain delay, but it's good to see things finally getting started right now.
Excellent. So Chattanooga kicking off, and we'll see what shape they take, how they start probing early against Atletico Atlanta. Just touch and go there. So that Chattanooga can get the early break on there.
Well, sometimes you see a lot of teams feel each other out. It looks like they've gotten right down to business.
They have, haven't they? It's quite a frantic start, which is great to see for the fans. It's exciting to see them getting going as fast as they can do. Of course, can they keep up that pace during the entire game? You never know about that. Very similar layout to Wednesday's game. The formation is very much Cutler Coleman down here on the right wing. And Kyle Silva behind him. And Nick Spielman in the middle of the defence. So kind of a similar layout. So we've got Reddington, not Reddington, start again. We've got McKinley up front. I'm getting my guys mixed up. McKinley's up front there. And Juan Hernandez probing at the front too, keeping the defence busy. So we'll see what they do if it changes the shape. They may say switch sides during the game, which they did on Wednesday. De Silva's turning into such a good defender. He's breaking down the attack there that Israel Kami was trying to make, so that's very good.
Yeah, there might be an opening for Chattanooga here.
Let's see if they can get the break. They've got the third man overlapping. They've got the two. Can they get the... Yeah, that's where they need a third man. They still try and play with two in the middle sometimes, and sometimes you get third man for the overlap. They've come in a bit tighter on that, but nicely defended by Atlanta.
So far to start, good to see Chattanooga really controlling the ball. We haven't seen anything careless yet. No passes that are awry off
Wayward
target.
passes. We were expecting a little bit of that because of the rain making the surface so slick. But so far so good on that. We're anticipating a few slides and miss kicks because of that. And tonight's first portion of the game is sponsored by Freebet. Thank you to them for their sponsorship. Very much like Wednesday's game, Chattanooga pushing up high and not getting pushed too hard by the opposing team there, actually able to hold their shape at the back pretty well. We'll see how that continues during the match, of course.
The only thing that I would be concerned with if I were Atletico Atlanta is how deep they are allowing Chattanooga to push the ball. It just seems that at some point that's going to break down. They should. An adjustment they could make is to really stop Chattanooga from getting really deep in the attacking half. But that's hard to do. That's easier said than done. We've seen how hard it can be to stop Chattanooga.
Right. And so coming off a win when they recover from a 2-0 deficit is a great confidence booster for the guys. And they're playing in a very confident. Felipe Oliveira trying to make the break. And again, Atlanta keeping Hernandez and then Oliveira out. Really early indications Chattanooga are not going to hold back on this, which is great to see. I'll be watching Sequeira number 11 and Bekele number 6 for Atlanta, combining well in the midfield there. Keep an eye on those two because they're playing well together too. So far Chattanooga able to control the back end and not too much out-dribbling to do in the first 5 minutes. Really is a great night of soccer. The weather certainly improved after that rain shower, and it's great. We've got a good crowd tonight too.
Yeah.
A couple of thousand in tonight. You were saying it was a good looking crowd.
It is a good looking crowd, and it's nice to see everybody out there, t-shirts. Nobody's having to wear a poncho, umbrella.
Right.
It's all dried out.
It has, and everybody's able to, sit normally, and we haven't done for quite a while, just be, spaced out normally, which is great. So That's definitely a good feeling. So we got the first free kick. And the referee explained to Atlanta why he's giving the kick and telling him to give it a little further back.
And it looks like it'll be Marcus.
Yep, Nagelstadt over that one, and Hernandez and Oliveira hovering at each side of the box. Plus Carl de Silva comes up because he's such a tall guy. For the kind of the Harry Maguire figure of the defender who comes up with the height. So headers, here we go, and off the wall. Chance for Atlanta to break. They've only got one extra. They've got a couple more coming over, but yeah, sticks on top of that one. Chattanooga throw. Waiting to see if Atlanta can really penetrate their Chattanooga's half a bit more. They haven't yet, but it's early.
Yeah, they had one really good run, and then they haven't had anything come close to that since, and that was maybe in the first couple of minutes.
Well, we've seen that before. We thought, well, the pro team will dominate the team in the league below, but that hasn't happened in quite a lot of games. We've always been a bit surprised. So I'm not saying that tonight because you just don't know. On the day, teams don't play as they think they play on paper.
Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes it's easy to be the pro team and you overlook your opponent a little bit, and they want to beat you. They want to prove something,
right?
And they're playing their hardest, and then they get a goal or two in,
and they get a result.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, what happened there? I mean, you watched on the Sports Key, I know that. So there's a nice shot. Warrington can't hold it. That ball is probably pretty slick.
It certainly looks like it, and one of the reasons why I think we're seeing the pace of the game be as quick as it is the surface is playing the ball a little bit slick, and it's forcing a lot of the players to move much faster than they normally would.
Right. It's certainly picked up some moisture. I can tell that because it's skipping around a bit more the way the ball's moving, and the surface is obviously a bit damper where the sun's not been on the field. So the end when Reddington is actually where he's got the sun in his eyes is a little bit faster, and we know that in all outdoor sports that can make a difference. So that's going to trickle out for a goal kick. Gets a chance to catch their breath. So there are all these games coming up now. We've got the the NISA Cup games and regular season games, and we want to tell you something about the CFC Summer Six Pack. Keon, tell us a bit about that. That's a great way to get good value for lots and lots of games.
There it is. The Summer Six Pack, very good deal. If you visit cfctix.com, that's cfctix.com, you get an opportunity to buy 6 flex tickets, a $72 value for just $55. CFC flex tickets are valid for any 2021 CFC home match. So if you visit cfctix.com, cfctix.com, you can get your flex pack tickets today.
Yeah, and that's all the cup games and the home games and everything. So that's a good do. If you want to bring your friends and family, that's a good way to get everybody into the game. And everybody I speak to about this says they enjoy watching the broadcast. They're like, man, it's not as good as being at the stadium. And I'm like, it's not. No matter what we do, you cannot beat being in the stadium.
No, we try our best, but when you get down there and you can hear the hooligans and you can feel the crowd get excited and hear the ball being kicked around, there's nothing like it.
Absolutely right. That's right. Maybe we should have some hooligans in here banging drums behind us. We'll try that next week.
You know, it would make broadcasting harder, but it would bring something to the booth.
The production team are making a sign. they're making a glorious gesture at me, so I think that's not going to happen.
I'm going to take that as a no.
It's a possible. No, okay, it's a no. It's a no. So we aren't going to do that, but yeah, that's say there's only so much we can do with the atmosphere.
We're just thinking outside the box.
Absolutely, that's what they encourage people to do. So Chattanooga free kick, and third take it into the box, played to the centre. Now chipped into the box, goes long. That's a great ball. Nagelstadt trying to get the end of that one. Still not cleared. Back into the box, touched on, and it's in.
It's in.
Wow.
And I think
How about that? What a
Marcus
goal.
Nagelstadt touching it again and getting that in.
And there's a great goal in the 11th, no, actually the 10th minute, right on the 10th minute. That was excellent. So 1-0 to Chattanooga FC. We'll see a little replay of that in a moment. And what were we saying about Nagelstadt? There he is. Those orange boots in action again. So great goal from Nagelstadt in the 10th minute. And a bit of help from the post, of course, but they all count. So that's great. Look, the goalkeeper for Atlanta is down. So let's watch that replay. That happened pretty quick. Here we go. Chip back in. Gets the touch. And just that lucky bounce off the post, but great goal. They all count.
Yeah, nice redirection from
That's just excellent.
Nagelstadt.
Yeah.
You know, we said to keep an eye on him. 4
Right.
goals in the last 2 matches. Make it 5 goals in 3.
Well, that's it. So that was great. So he is really playing well. Here's the man to watch, no doubt about that. And here's something else you need to know about too. While they treat the goalkeeper, with that Chattanooga FC goal, CFC soccer balls are only $20 now for the next 24 hours at cfctix.com. So that's a great way to get an official Chattanooga FC soccer ball. Use the code INDCUP at checkout, and you will get a CFC soccer ball for $20, which I think is a great deal. It's a great gift too, for somebody who's a soccer lover. Obviously, maybe not for your grandmother, but you know, for most people like soccer,
Well,
a great
you know,
gift.
it says Chattanooga on it. If your grandmother's just really supportive of the city,
You could be. You never
could
know.
be.
You never know. Could be a sporting grandmother out there. So there we go. So that's a special event they're running this weekend for this week's game. And yeah, that's a great deal for those soccer balls. The details are on the screen. But yeah, if you want to get one of them, go get one. Now let's see how the reaction is from Atlanta after that, going down a goal. Because that's an early goal to concede after 10 minutes. See if they start to push a bit harder. Come up.
especially after they were playing pretty solid defense.
Well, they were too. That was the thing about it. So
Chattanooga did get into the attacking half, but they were sort of playing that bend but don't break defense, and
that's it.
finally got broken.
Some of the backs are coming up here too, which is interesting to see. Seeing Palomino and Bukele coming up a little bit further, and Patrick Kawanda too is coming up a little bit further. Of course, Castro number 10 is probably be the danger man. We'll see how he does. So keep an eye on their front. Their front three is looking keen to get the goal back. But again, Nagelstadt sliding in there. Tate Robertson getting that one. Chattanooga on the far side. Keep it under control. Focusing on possession, not doing anything crazy. Just making sure they keep possession. All the way back to Dixon, who's taken that centre position in the centre of the defence. So, yeah, now the forward's starting to come up a little bit more. Yeah, they can't just sit back.
Now they have to push, and you can tell how important it is for them to try and even this thing up early and get back in the game.
Well, that's it. Well, it's loads of energy because obviously, as we all know, as games progress, energy runs out. And that's where so many goals are scored in the last 10-5 minutes of games when people are tired. So you want to make sure you don't get in a position where that's going to happen. You want to make sure you get the score evened up as soon as you can. So now the back, Chattanooga back's looking strong. Tate Robertson also helping out there. Nice catch from the keeper. There is a lot of running tonight because they were saying the ball is moving so fast, the players are running a great deal.
Oh.
Nearly an interesting pass back.
Yeah, I mean, pass back and almost caught the keeper, Alberto, off guard.
He's like, what's going on? Again, Atlanta concentrating on possession, but letting it slip away a little bit. We do find that teams come here for the first time, they find the surface at Finley a little difficult to handle too. It's not as predictable as some fields because of the new turf we had laid last year.
And of course, now that it's slick, it's an extra challenge to try and learn how
It
to play
is.
it.
It is, and I've been down there on wet days for tryouts and things, and it's surprising how it will pick up and be slippery. I mean, it drains very fast because of the way it's built, but nevertheless, the top surface can still be slick. That's a nice ball.
Yeah, they're looking for
Is
Marcus
he
again.
onside? Yes, he is. Chattanooga going all the way back there. Not progressing. Caution from the Killian Coleman. There's a nice ball to Oliveira. He's got Hernandez inside, and now he's going back. Back to Kasak.
You're seeing Chattanooga FC play very under control. You mentioned it earlier. They're focusing more on possession, but they're really not forcing anything. They don't have to.
Right, right. Well, there's something they wanted to work on too. I think we saw in some of the earlier games this season there wasn't as much control or possession as there should have been there. It's slightly lack communication there too with the defence. So something needs to work on in some of the other games where we would give possession away too easily. We wouldn't make an accurate pass. That would, against Chattanooga there, Atlanta's favourites. See what they do with the free kick. Coach Fuller's up and about, waving his arms at the players, always very animated. The coaching staff for Atlanta's not quite so animated at this point. Be interesting to see how many calories Coach Fuller burns during the game. Quite a lot, I'd imagine.
I'm sure.
So Atlanta's not taking that one as a long free kick, and didn't really do him any favours because it didn't actually help keep possession. I think I would have probably gone for a longer free kick and a chance to attack at that, but they may have different drills from what I'm used to. So.
I think one of the frustrating things to see about Atlanta is how much they are able to string together 1 or 2 or 3 good passes, and then they'll just have one really bad one. And they're not able to get those scoring opportunities.
Right. So it's like 2 or 3 good passes and one bad one, or maybe 4 or 5, but not enough to keep things moving. And that, yeah, that's a matter of practice and getting used to your teammates as well. Now where they're going to be anticipating the movement, and that just comes with playing time, a lot of that. Take the throw there. Nope, they're giving its free kick. Is that right? No, it's really the Army taking the throw rather than jumping ahead. It wasn't taken correctly in the right place. So there's some confusion there. The fourth official talking to cut the Coleman.
Yeah, they had him retake the throw, but then
they retook the throw, then let Chattanooga do it. So there we go. Foul throw is what it was, according to our technical expert behind me. There's a slightly different view of the field from the one I have down here, and that's fine. So there we go. Chattanooga pushing out for a corner for Atlanta on the far side. Not really getting the attack to go anywhere at that point. Let's see what they do. So almost 20 minutes played, and still the 1 goal to Chattanooga. Chattanooga looking pretty confident. And really carrying on from where they left off against Appalachian on Wednesday night, just on the same level of confidence.
Yeah, they're controlling the ball, they're dominating the point of attack, and Atlanta's having a little bit of trouble finding those scoring opportunities.
They're having to work in Chattanooga. Yeah, Chattanooga slide at the back, that's good again at the back. But again, Richard Dixon always makes the students to the back anyway and keeps it solid.
There's one of those bad passes.
It is, yeah. Well, Hernandez able to take advantage of it, but Atlanta's going to have to focus a little more, I think. Oh, I think that's a foul Atlanta's way. Kind of a late tackle there on the far side. Taken quickly. Again, Chattanooga able to diffuse that situation pretty nicely.
No, it is a little bit strange. You pointed it out earlier, but they've done it again where instead of trying to play it long and see if they can create an opportunity, they go quick and it doesn't really turn into anything.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of the quick short free kick. Unless you've got something definite in mind, we see a gap to play into. It's better to let the team catch the breath and reset a little bit and then play it long. And work on something you've done a drill on the training ground, because that gives you reassurance, something you know is going to happen in a particular situation. But I mean, plenty of teams score great goals from quick situations. There's a lot of error. Nice shot, but no problem for the keeper that time. Didn't really get a lot of power behind it. That's a good ball too. And yep, foul on that one. Really not very necessary, because there was plenty of Chattanooga defenders around.
Yeah, they could have stopped it.
First yellow card of the night.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that wasn't really necessary. It was surrounded by three defenders.
Welder Castro knocked down.
Castro. Well, Castro is one we're going to watch out for, the main centre forward. So first yellow to Chattanooga. Richard Dixon gets the yellow. I guess that's an occupational hazard being a defender, getting a yellow card.
Yeah.
Something you get. So we'll see what Atlanta do here with a set piece. And this portion of the game brought to you by EPB Fibre Optics. Thank you to EPB. Here we go. Nice dipping shot just over the bar, but didn't throw Riddington too much. But a nice dipping free kick there from Tyrone Harrison.
It was good to see them played into the box, though. Be a little bit more aggressive.
Well, yeah, they have to, really. So we got, yeah, Kickoff treatment with blood on the shirt there. So not allowed to play on with that one there. It's cleaning up a little bit. Got a cut on the arm. Yeah, cut elbow. And Alec McKinley. So Chattanooga down to 10 temporarily. And they clean him up. Meanwhile, play continues. Alec Brenton about to push it back into play. There it goes. Hernandez with the flick. I think it's a bit. No, not
Oh, wow.
Kept it in place. That's where it's Chattanooga.
That really was impressive. It looked like he kicked it way too far.
I thought he had to, but he kept it in, so that's pretty cool. Back out, Chattanooga throw again. McKinley's back on the field again after that clean-up job, so Chattanooga back to full strength. And he's actually into play. Trying to cut the Coleman off. Good interruption there by Atlanta. So now Atlanta have got forwards up. They hadn't the first part of the game, but now they have... let's see what they got up there. They've got... Castro up there and Palomino pushing up. Palomino usually a centre mid, but he's up there at the moment with Castro.
You're more aggressive with that counter.
Yeah, they didn't have anybody up. Really, they were hanging back a little bit in the first part of the game. And see the coach telling them to push up a little bit further. Push the back line up as well to stop Chattanooga from creeping forward. Nice tackle, no foul. It's a good steal there.
Risky, but he
It was a bit, because that could have been a card. And now Chattanooga get the break. No foul called. And they're off to the races. Here we go.
And it's Marcus Nagelstadt.
And it just gets
he
away.
stumbled.
There's that wet field just got away from him and spun off his feet. Chattanooga looking dangerous when they get the break. See if they can keep the pressure on. Coleman taking the throw right underneath the Chattanooga hooligans. The noisiest part of the stadium. They appear to be holding up. Are they holding up? Oh, they're drumsticks. They were holding up Jedi swords or something. Holding up drumsticks. I never know with the Chattanooga. They invent new things and ways to support the team.
You can't put anything past them.
I never do. De Silva come up all the way from the back again there, making the cross. And that's out for a goal kick. The action calms down a little bit, so just over halfway through the first half of the game. Chattanooga still one up after that goal in the 10th minute.
Here's a chance to push for Atlanta. Oh.
Again, that pass creeps through traffic and to Reddington. To and fro there with the goalkeeper in the defence. Just a bit of time wasting. McKinley getting hold of it. McKinley's confidence certainly up. I think the last couple of games he's got a lot more confidence up, and he's just you can see the way he plays. He's trying more things out he didn't try before, and that's great. I love watching him play when he's in the zone, as it were.
He looks very comfortable.
He does, doesn't he? And I wasn't seeing out at the start of the season much, but I am now, and that's good to see.
Well, we talked about, passing and how much that's teamwork and just playing time, but sometimes the confidence is that way too.
It is. It just comes to that. The more time you get in the team, the better it gets. And plus, when you have goals and you start hitting the back of the net, that's really the magic ingredient that makes it happen. So, Chattanooga keeping the pressure on there, not troubling the keeper too much at that stage. Throws it round on the far side. But, yeah. Chattanooga's defence looking a bit more. They're going to come up and push up and support the midfield as well. Again, Kyle De Silva here he's been really great this year. Almost getting through McKinley there. Not quite.
He had an opportunity.
A bit of shirt pulling there. Referee does call the foul eventually. And
it's a yellow
another
card.
yellow card for shirt pulling. That's Tate Robertson picking up the yellow card there for a bit of shirt pulling. Here's lands for a good place to take a free kick.
And we'll see how they choose to play it. Are they going to take a shot, go for a set piece like last time, or are we going to see them play it quick like they've done most of the times that they've had opportunities?
Well, it's too flat for a shot, but let's see what they do. Early shot, Brayton holds that one, not too many problems. That's again, a shot from that distance is a bit too far out to really make a difference. That's our ex-Chattanooga player David Coloco, number 5, taking that one. And haven't seen too much of him so far in the game.
It's been a quiet night for him so
It
far.
has, and I thought we'd see more of him so far. Maybe he's got something up his sleeve for later on. So half an hour played, and still 1-0 to Chattanooga FC. Gorgeous evening after that rain went through. Beautiful sunset, and just gorgeous day of soccer tonight. It's a great way to spend Saturday night out here. All this going on.
Still not really seeing Atlanta push.
Well, they've got a lot of forwards up. They've got 4 guys up in the Chattanooga half, but they haven't got the midfield behind them to support them and get the ball to them. So there's a lot of people waiting for service.
Yeah, and it's so
Nothing's coming their way yet, and that's far too long for a shot. So
you've got a lot of defenders passing the ball to each other, but
yeah, there's some kind of midfield gap, and the midfielders are pushing up. They're waiting for service, and they're just not getting it. So. So it's one of those things you've got to, support some potent strikers at the front and not get the ball. We can't do much. There's a good long ball. Headed in. Tussling and turning there. Nagelstadt waiting for that in the box. Oliveira. Trying to get the motion going here. Got people in the box, not getting the chance to get it off across, which is good for the defending because they're closing him down. James Kasich up there, almost like an attacker instead of a defender. Number 21. There's the cross. Allowed him to get it away.
solid defense by Atlanta, but that's a bad pass.
Nagelstadt, Oliveira, they can return it. And it bounces around the box. That deflection. Coleman trying to get on that. A bit casual from Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, the sense of urgency to get it out of the box is not there. And I don't see why.
Well, they really, with the one goal, they know that Chattanooga are going to keep pushing. Especially in a cup game, they're going to want to get the goals in. Put themselves in a good spot. That's a great pass. Can Nagelstadt make? Oh, he cannot make something of it, but nice bit of threading the needle there, putting the ball through. Now, Atlanta have it. Crowded out again by Chattanooga's defence. Nice and solid. They calm things down. There we go. This portion of the broadcast, by the way, brought to you by the Henry Lofts, our neighbours just down the street. Chattanooga spreading it nicely there. Using the full width of the field. Yeah, I'd like to see Atlanta's attackers press a bit more. They give them the Chattanooga defence enough room to move around. That's a little better. That's better. Putting a bit of pressure on them.
You gotta force it out of them. I mean,
you really do. You've got to force a mistake. So Rillington starts to dribble it away and clears it. And there he picks it up. There's Coleman coming over that great run. He's so quick when he gets moving. Who's he got in the box? Has he got a target? Hernandez trying to find space. Coleman gets it back.
I wasn't able to recover after it bounced off of him.
So, is that a handball? Atlanta players appealing, but Chattanooga's throw. Good steal there. Well played. Patrick Kwanda there. Stealing that one back to centre midfielder. But still falls Chattanooga's way. No attack built out of that. So I'm looking at maybe a 3-3-4 for Atlanta right now. Which is giving them plenty of defence, but it's not, they're not giving them that extra man they need for the attack.
it's just being down one, you really think they got to try and get back in
Nice
this.
ball, but again, too much on it. Warrington able to control that and pick it up. And recycle it to Karen De Silva. Yeah, it's what we were saying earlier. Need to make the string of passes more than just one or two. Chattanooga's turn to come forward again. In the box, just not enough there for Oliveira to get his foot on it. The idea is right.
Yeah, dangerous look. And you can tell the ball's dried up here. It's not that slick
It
anymore.
seems to have a little bit. It's doing better. And Kazak there is really coming up to be the more of a winger than anything else, and supporting the defence very well, the attack very well.
You know, I just don't see the point in playing your forwards that far up if they're not going to put any pressure up there. Or
Yeah, they're a little bit high up, but they need to drop back a little bit and receive the ball from the midfield a bit more. They're a little bit too high. And I get they want to score goals, that's what they do, but they're a little bit too high. That's an interesting chip. Well, that didn't go very well, did it?
no, I mean, it went straight up.
Straight up, and luckily the goalkeeper picked it up. Some referees would count that as a pass back, but I think it was intentional. So that's well,
It's certainly
goes
going to
by.
be.
It wasn't. I don't think you could do that again twice if they asked him to. So you'd assume that was not an intentional pass back. So. What we're seeing is Chattanooga coming into those gaps where the Atlanta defenders and midfielders would connect, and Chattanooga was breaking into those gaps and not letting them make the connection. And Atlanta, let's have an answer on that just yet. I expect we'll talk about that at half time. But normally there are gaps like this, and Chattanooga flood against it. They're paying pretty aggressively. So Oliver and Hernandez are doing that. That's a nice touch on. Didn't quite work out, but the idea again is sound. That's an Atlanta throw right in front of the coaching boxes. That repeat, that ball to Cutler Coburn again, a little strong, but he keeps it in.
Wow, body control
It
is
really
so
was.
amazing.
And he gets cut down for his efforts. But yeah, that was a little bit too strong on that one, but he able to keep it under control, wins the throw.
The way he was tracking the ball over his shoulder like a baseball center fielder, that was impressive.
It was, wasn't it? Chattanooga again spreading the ball left to right with great confidence. Changing the side of the attack at will. Slow things down a little bit here now.
Yeah, but I mean, the reason why they're able to move, you know, from side to side the way they are is they're not really getting that much pressure from Atlanta.
Not at this point, no. Enough room to make the touches like that too, which is show the skills off, which is great, even in close play. Yeah, again, not much pressure from Atlanta. They're in their own half, they're not pushing to come out. They're playing like the other team that's one up. So we're capped 40 minutes, about 5 more to go in regulation. Don't think there'll be a whole lot of stoppage time to add on this half because it's flowed pretty well. Apart from that knock to the goalkeeper, to Alberto. Nice cross, touched on, and nobody there. Oh, Oliveira sold the dummy to the defender, waiting for McKinley to touch it in, but out for the corner. So that's a Chick-fil-A corner kick. Eat more chicken. Yep, the first one of the night. If you're wondering why I haven't said that before, that is our first corner kick of the entire game. Very unusual to have one this late in the first half.
In the 41st minute.
In swinger, touched in. Oh, good save. That was very fast movement. A well-taken corner. Chattanooga get a chance to do it again from the other side. Again, Caio da Silva up in the mix from the defence there to cause trouble with his extra height.
And you haven't seen more goals, obviously, but Chattanooga making the most of these opportunities. These shots look dangerous.
Chattanooga got 4 in the box, and allowed to have everybody in their penalty box, the whole team. Make sure they don't concede another goal. Finally getting it clear, but of course the flip side of that is nobody's able to break. Oh, that's a nice try, but Richard Dixon says thank you and just punches it back into their half. And that one slips out for a throw-in.
The pressure from Juan Hernandez forces a Chattanooga throw.
Oliveira gets the shot. Again, doesn't connect like he usually does. And pretty easy for Alberto to get hold of that and clear it.
Yeah, I don't know what
but
it is.
He rushed the clearance a bit. He had his time. Oliveira again. Cannot connect with Nagelstadt. But
they just weren't on the same page.
They weren't. Again, they got to work on that a little bit better, make the communication better. But yeah, a rushed goal kick from Alberto. He really should have held it up and let his team reset. And it didn't do him any good to get it out and serve it out so fast. Chattanooga not really under much pressure.
No, and I mean
Castro's up there, and
there was a point where they were pretty deep in the half on this possession, and they didn't have a ton of pressure on them.
Yeah. Whoops, that's going to hurt. Flicked on. Yeah, certainly the hardest working part of the team has been the defence for Atlanta tonight. They are keeping the pressure out, which is great credit to them for doing that. But part of the reason they're having to do that is they're not getting the ball distributed correctly as well as they could do, and it just keeps coming back to them all the time. So they need to find a way to make sure they get it out of the box and it stays out for more than a minute or two.
They're kind of holed up in their own half.
A little bit. I mean, it's what people say with a pro team and a team from the UPSL. I get that as a difference in standard of play, but still, the basics are the basics. A little more pressure as we go up towards half time.
Well, they're here in the attacking half. Let's see if they can get some pressure on Chattanooga.
Okay, in the other game tonight, Savannah Cloves and Soda City, it's 1 apiece. They're at half-time. And we'll be playing both those teams, as I said, later on this month. It will be Savannah Cloves on the 17th, a nice road trip down to the Georgia coast, and Soda City will be here on the 24th. There's that connection again. Or misconnection.
Yeah,
I should say.
this is the second or third one that's been right there on his foot, and Nagelstadt hasn't been able to bring it in. So he'll just have to go into the half with the 1 goal that he scored so far, unless something changes in the next couple minutes here.
I don't think it'll be that much, Kian. I've been told there is about 1 minute of stoppage time, because the game has flowed pretty well apart from that stop for the keeper. So there'll be 1 more minute after this, and then they'll be in the locker room, and you and I will be going for a cup of tea. I hope they got the kettle boiling behind the scenes.
Looking forward to it.
Oh, me too. Even on a hot night. Yeah, there's the 1 minute ball, the 4 officials holding up. Here's a chance. And again, Reddington comes out strong as Castro comes on him. So if you need more time for your business, contact HHM for all your accounting needs so you don't run out of time. Chattanooga put the clock down a little bit here as we tick the last few seconds and a half away.
They'll probably try and take one last shot at it.
Well, he might as well, and here we go with Nagelstadt. I could not get on it. Good defending again. Atlanta's defence has worked very hard. Haven't cleared it yet, now they have.
To their credit, they've looked at Nagelstadt and they've decided he's not going to be the guy to beat them tonight.
Right, right. So that's the first half, folks. Chattanooga 1 up with that goal in the 10th minute from the man to watch, Marcus Nagelstadt. So we will take a short break and we'll be back with a little bit of a summary of the first half for you. Do not go away.
Okay, well, maybe not that. But at Food City, our butchers make almost everything better.
When the world's fastest internet meets the ultimate TV experience, it's even better than you imagine. Introducing the new EPB-5 TV, cutting-edge entertainment that fits the way you live today. Watch your favorite movies and shows anytime, anywhere. No set-top box required. Pause, restart, or replay live TV up to 3 days later. And carry a world of entertainment in your pocket with unlimited DVR. Break free from traditional TV with the new EPB-5 TV.
Hi there, I'm Megan Freeman, and I'm a leasing agent for Urban Story Ventures. We're a commercial real estate company in Chattanooga, and we would like to help you find your dream office. When you sign a lease with us, everything is taken care of in-house. From leasing to everyday maintenance, we are there for you every step of the way.
All right, and we're back. At half-time, 1-0 to Chattanooga FC, and a very enjoyable first half, dominated by Chattanooga pretty much, and as you saw. So we'll give you a quick recap of how we went on the first half of this match. Your half-time stats brought you today by ESPN Radio 105.1, your Chattanooga home for sports radio. And like I said, it was just a one goal. Great to see the one goal. And Nagelstadt, still the man to watch, touching it in, bouncing it off the post, a great goal. And we'll show you that in a moment, you can see that again. It was one of those goals that came out of nothing, really. Quite interesting because play was going on normally, and then out of nothing, a touch and a goal popping off the post, which surprised everyone. And here we go, right back from the centre half. A long cross. If you thought it was going to be pushed out, then that extra touch that brought it back in the box. Chipped in, and that lovely touch. Look at that cheeky little touch off the post. 1-0. So a great way to start the game off, and puts Atlanta on the back foot, and they've really been there pretty much since that goal was scored. So we'll give you a quick look at the stats, and I'll see a bit about tonight's cause of the night as well in a moment. First, here's the stats. So as we said, one goal, 4 shots each team, which is interesting. I was expecting Chattanooga to have a few more shots on that one, but Chattanooga 3 on target, Atlanta 2 on target. It tied on saves, 2 corners to Chattanooga, no offsides, 6 fouls Chattanooga's way, and 2 yellows, unfortunately. Our defenders picking up those, which is an occupational hazard being a defender, of course, 0 reds. So that's what we have. So not much going on right now, really. A lot of midfield play. Hoping for a bit more in the second half, certainly, and some more goals. But Chattanooga showing the confidence they had during the Appalachian game, and it's carried on into this game pretty much, even with some changes of personnel, still in confidence, in good shape, and I expect Coach Fuller will have a result to probably make some changes for the second half team, give some of the other guys a run out and give them some playing time. So it's a beautiful night. Look at that great view of the scenic city. It's just gorgeous tonight. And the rain's gone. We've got a great soccer night, and it's just beautiful. So let me tell you a bit about our cause of the night. As you probably know, if you bought tickets online, you will have seen that $3 of each of your ticket purchase went to United Way of Greater Chattanooga. And United Way, as everybody knows, is a great organisation. They bring people and resources together to address the most pressing human service needs in our community. These issues like helping families become self-sufficient, preparing children for success in school and elsewhere, and helping our most vulnerable achieve health and well-being benefits everyone in the community. So thanks United Way. It's great to have them on board tonight, and they are the cause of the match. Now, what we also said during the game, if you hope you saw that, was that the Chattanooga FC means that for the next 24 hours you can get a CFC soccer ball for just $20, a great deal. And if you're any of the soccer lovers in your life, you can get that soccer ball at a reduced price. You go to cfctix.com and use the code INDCUP, Indie Cup, at checkout, and you'll get that ball for $20. Get the official Chattanooga soccer ball, a great birthday gift. It's great for yourself. If you want, frankly, if I won, I'd keep it myself, so I like them so much. So that's what's going on with that, and we'll go back from there to another short break, and then we'll be back for the second half. I've got a very special guest in the studio for the second half, so do not go away. Make sure you are here when we get back to the second half of the game in about 5 or 6 minutes' time. So we will go back to a few messages from our sponsors, and as I said, don't go too far away from that television.
The Operation Get Active Corporate Cup, presented by the Chattanooga Choo Choo, is back. This year's event will take place at the home of the Chattanooga Football Club, Finley Stadium. The Corporate Cup is the largest annual fundraising event for Operation Get Active, bringing together local businesses in a fun and friendly soccer tournament. The goal is to bring awareness and raise funds to expand the programming for Operation Get Active across Chattanooga and beyond. And the most exciting addition to this year's event will be that the final 2 teams will play the championship match in front of a crowd at halftime during a CFC game. So come and join the fun and help raise funds so that more of our community's youth can play the beautiful game.
Behind every Food City meat and seafood counter is a highly trained, certified butcher.
The internet is a lot like this traffic jam. All the devices in your home are competing for bandwidth, and you'll get slowed down, like that guy, frustrated, or just plain annoyed. It's okay. But with the gig from EPB, it's like having an open road just for you. You can run as many devices as you want without anything slowing you down. Get internet ready for the device age. Get the gig.
Hi there, I'm Megan Freeman, and I'm a leasing agent for Urban Story Ventures. We're a commercial real estate company in Chattanooga, and we would like to help you find your dream office. When you sign a lease with us, everything is taken care of in-house. From leasing to everyday maintenance, we are there for you every step of the way.
Behind every Food City meat and seafood counter is a highly trained, certified butcher that can offer seafood meal prep, suggest the perfect sides to pair, and even steam and peel your shrimp. All at no extra cost. In fact, you'll be so impressed with our butchers, you'll be asking yourself, what can't they do?
I bet he'd be great at helping with the laundry.
Okay, well, maybe not that. But at Food City, our butchers make almost everything better.
All right, welcome back to the second half of the game tonight. Chattanooga FC against Atlanta United. Chattanooga taking the early lead. After 10 minutes of that, Marcus Nagelstadt goal, which was great. We're looking forward to the second half. The team's had a good locker room talk from the coaches, and we'll see what changes they make. So while we're thinking about that and the players are setting up, I'm going to introduce you to our special guest tonight. I have somebody here who I think a lot of you will be familiar with and will be wondering why you haven't seen him on the playing field. So let me introduce the one and only Phil D'Amico. Hey, Phil.
Hey, how you doing?
Fine, sir. How are you doing?
Good.
That's excellent. So you've been out with an injury most of the season. Tell us about what's going on with that.
Yeah, it was about, I think it was May 19th. I was coaching, and I stepped the wrong way, and I heard something pop in my ankle, and right away I knew it was pretty serious, so I gave Jordan, the keeper coach, a call, and I said, hey, like, I'm asleep on my ankle. I don't know what's wrong with it. Next morning, I woke up, couldn't put any weight on it, went to see Dr. Robertson, did some x-rays, and yeah, there was a fracture in my tibia, so they said 2 to 3 months. It's been about two months so far, so finally am walking again, have a brace on my ankle, doing exercises, and yeah, it's been a long 2 months.
It has. We've missed seeing you play, Phil, for sure. So I'm glad to see you back down with the brace now. We saw you with a boot on Wednesday's game. And so how soon do you think you'll be ready to play again?
We've been just taking it slow because we got that fall season coming up, a long 18 games. So I'll be on the field August 7th.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Robbie and our medical staff we have here have been doing a great job just to monitor it and not rush it too soon. So I have an appointment this Tuesday coming up, final x-rays, and hopefully good news and get back into training.
Well, that's great. We're all thinking about you, and so it's Alex doing a great job between the sticks. Obviously, we want to see Phil play.
Yeah.
We want to see both of you guys play.
Yeah, he's done a great job. Young kid, he puts the work in. He's a great kid.
He has, hasn't he? He's been great. So we've enjoyed that. There's a chance.
Come on, Felipe.
Oh, wow!
Good
What
save.
a save! So I bet you never get to see that normally. You're down there.
Yeah, that's a great save. Keeper moved his feet, got there quick.
Very good indeed. Dangerous again from Chattanooga, still keeping the pressure on. So continuation from the first half. So how do you think the season's been going, Phil? You've watched it obviously, playing all the sidelines.
The results haven't came our way. We started off very hot in the tournament in the spring. And we came out 7 goals, one goal conceded in 2 games, and then in the final when we played Detroit, we just lack of concentration on set pieces. They scored a PK, corner kick, and a free kick, so a little bit of everything right there. So after that, we went to Cal, didn't get a result we wanted, and I mean it takes a toll. You come out, win the first 2 games, and next 2 games you don't score a goal.
Right. Well, but it's the mental game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very mental game. I mean, there's a lot of good teams here, and you don't take your chances. They're gonna score. I mean, you can only defend for so long, and we've been. Yeah, it was a tough season. I think every player on the team, we put in the work every day. We're here every morning putting in the work. I mean, Fuller's done a great job. He brought in great players this year, and. I mean, yeah, it was just unfortunate to see games not go our way, and that semifinal we were up 2-0, and to see it go 3-2 in the matter of a half was just crazy. I was watching from home, and I couldn't believe it.
That was a strange game because we were expecting to, stay in the lead and hold it. What happened?
Yeah, so. We dominated them the first half, and blink of an eye, I checked 3-2. So yeah, it was it's been a very frustrating season, but. The boys know what we got to do, and we've been working hard the past couple of weeks to get back at it. And last game we got the result we didn't want, but we won. A win's a win.
Yep.
There's things we got to fix, and tonight we look very more focused and solid tonight.
That's what we said in the first half. Keith and I both looked a bit more focused and had more confidence after the result from Wednesday night. So that was better. Now Atlanta are starting to be a bit more aggressive here. They're starting to challenge, which is good. They've started talking to the locker, a bit of the hairdryer, I expect.
Yeah, I agree.
And they're coming out a bit more, which is good. And remember, you recognise David Coloca is on the board right now, who played with us before. Yeah, good kid, David. So, but she's still playing for us sometimes. He's a good guy. So, so it's been an interesting season. It's been disjointed. Certainly COVID messed things up. I know we didn't have you last year for that. And it's just messed things up. And I think people are just disjointed a lot for various reasons, either mentally or physically, because of all the changes that went through the whole country. So
yeah, it's been a learning process for everyone how to adapt to this. It's just about being cleaner and being smarter when you do things. Like it's unfortunate what's happening with COVID, and we all just got to stay united and fight through it.
Well, one of the things that certainly kept us all going with Chattanooga SC, we'd have some games, and the club, as you know, made a point of trying to get games going for the community so they have something to look forward to. And that was, an important part for certainly a lot of people. When I got the chance last year to do commentary, I felt very privileged to be in the box and see the games live because nobody could.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm going to make these broadcasts as good as I can do because people at home, they can't get out. So, it's been tough all round. We've had to adjust ourselves. So, that's certainly knocked on. All the clubs have had that thing too.
Yeah.
It's Chattanooga. I can't say it's just Chattanooga.
Yeah.
So
all across the world.
It'll be selfish to say it's just Chattanooga.
Yeah.
So it's good to be back and playing again. And so we're looking forward to seeing you, out there between the sticks again and doing your thing. We've got a substitution cut for Chattanooga. No, for Atlanta too. Number 12 coming on, and that is from my team sheet. Denilson Simpson, number 18, Juan Palomino coming off. So Simpson, who's the left back, may be coming on to replace a midfielder. So that's coming up right now, and that is a Haywood Farm substitution. And number 18 leaving the field, number 12 coming on. Looking for alternative recovery methods that ensure you achieve the good and healthy life you deserve. Contact Haywood Farms and cultivated in Tennessee. So, Phil, thank you for coming in to see.
Yeah, no
really
problem.
appreciate that. Before you go, I'm going to ask you one more question, and you haven't got to answer this, but who do you fancy in the Euro final tomorrow?
Forza Italia.
Oh, shush.
Italy.
I didn't quite catch that. You said England, right?
It's not. The only place it's going is going to Rome.
Okay. So it's coming home. Right. Thank you, Phil. Thank you for saying that. I'm glad you're on the same page. All right, man. Hey, it's been great to have you, Phil.
I appreciate
it. We really look forward to seeing you back on the field again,
problem.
man. And get well soon, okay, man?
Thank you.
All right. Have a good night, Phil. Thank you so much. So there we go. Phil D'Amico, who is maybe some people worrying about how he's doing, and he's doing good. So still his usual chirpy self, so that's great. So we will carry on with the match, but I think you'd like to see how Phil was doing. Oh, before I forget, this portion of the match brought to you by Free Bets. So I'll turn over to Keon in a moment, and he can tell you what he's been seeing, what he's been watching the game behind me. So while that was going on, we saw a bit more pressure from Atlanta.
Yeah, they're starting to dial it up more, really push the tempo. Much better than they were in the first half, which I think a lot of that is getting used to playing against Chattanooga. These teams have never played each other before, getting used to playing on this pitch, which is a little bit different. And they've settled down a little bit. They've looked a whole lot better.
Yeah, I think so too. They must have been talking to at half-time. So a Chick-fil-A corner kick there, eat more chicken. And not a great one. Played short and didn't work out. So Chattanooga can keep Atlanta back in their box. They made that one substitution there. And I'll say Denilson Simpson on now, number 12. 18, Juan Palomino off. Chattanooga gets to make a substitution. They do have men warming up, of course. And I suspect Coach Fuller will give them all a good rotation because it's important to get everybody some playing time as we go into these kind of events. But yeah, so interesting second half. Chattanooga's still fairly comfortable, I think we can say.
Yeah, they haven't looked like they've been pressured very seriously at any point, and that is despite Atlanta playing much better this half. Still, Chattanooga looks very comfortable out there.
Yeah, I think so. Fans on the left-hand side of the stadium get a bit more view of the action, I think, this half. As Chattanooga now attacking from right to left. It's a nice long ball, a little communication breakdown, and Renton clears it.
A little bit of pushing there. Rodrigo Siqueira with the free kick.
Going down there.
There's
agreement there with.
Yeah, it really just looks like Coloco slipped, but
James Kazak, he's saying he slipped and he's saying he was pushed. And Yeah, Atlanta certainly put a bit more pressure on it, a bit more physical, aren't they?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, that's a good in-game
It is.
adjustment to make.
Yeah, we didn't see that in the first half, so that's good. Still just that one goal separating the teams, which should give Atlanta, well, say one goal. We can get one back if we get the combination working. So it's, I think, up to Chattanooga to maybe go for the second and see if they can put this to bed.
I think Atlanta has to feel pretty good about where they're sitting right now. You're only down one goal, especially with having to make an adjustment coming out of halftime. You'd think that maybe it could be worse, but no, you're only down one goal. You can certainly dig your way back out of it.
Well, that's it. It doesn't take long to score a goal. We've seen that enough times. All the years you and I have been commentating on games.
Yeah. We've seen how fast a lot of these games can turn.
Very fast, yeah. So that's why we never quite say until the end of the game it's definitely done, because we've been wrong.
Multiple times.
Multiple times, and we're kind of proud of it, but that's okay. There's a nice cross. Good save. Good clearance.
That is the second great save of this half, too.
Yeah, that first one against Felipe Oliveira was really good.
Yeah. You had to react twice to save that one.
Uh-huh.
A miscommunication on the pass there, and Atlanta's going to have a chance.
Nice chance. Here we go. Gets the shot in. It's a little... Yeah, didn't get a really good connection. It's beyond Reddington, but it's... didn't have a lot on it. But then, last week, he let a goal in that didn't have much on it either, so... make sure you keep those away from the side of the post. And a slight injury, I think somebody overextended on that shot. Let's see who that is. Turns around. Yeah, if you'll get a little treatment there.
Yeah, looks like we've got a substitution coming.
Yeah, going to get a little treatment for the pitch there. We've got someone coming for Chattanooga. Who have we got?
Someone coming on for Atlanta.
For Atlanta again, okay. It's going to use all their subs up. Number 13 we're going to come on.
Yeah, Mohamed Guerrero.
Okay.
Coming in.
So, yeah.
And that for Yasu Bekele.
Well, Bekele got a, overextension or something. So they may have to bring him on. Yeah, Chattanooga keeping the pressure on. Right now for down to 10 men. So yeah, I think Bekele just... Is he coming back in? Yeah, I think he's coming back in, so obviously it wasn't too bad. He's pulling his left leg. I think he's overextended it a bit in the shot and have to walk it off. So no substitution just yet.
He's going to stretch it out and
try
to make it work.
That's the plan. It's just to walk it off and should be fine. So Atlanta, they brought a few subs, didn't they? So not totally without spare. We've got a couple of travelling teams get up here without many substitutes. It's costing.
That's a tough spot to be in.
It is, because you haven't got any spare bodies and somebody's hurt. It's hard nobody else. So, nobody coming on just yet. Players on the bench, but we should see some rotations as the second half goes on. Just coming up to the hour mark. Still the one goal in it. Too much on that one.
Yeah.
Right idea, but too much juice on it.
We'll see how much more if any, pressure Chattanooga's facing, because we mentioned the one goal, and you know, Atlanta ought to feel like they can get back in it, but
Right.
obviously that means Chattanooga has to keep pushing the issue.
Well, that's it. Yeah. So Atlanta's trying to creep up the field now. A series of throw-ins. Those are the hooligans, which is a noisy spot. It doesn't put them off too much. Spread it. And here there's that pass doesn't quite connect. Need a little better on the pass in the connection. Until David Cloco breaks up the play.
Yeah. Risky pass by Tate Robertson.
Indeed. So, this portion of the broadcast brought to you by EPB Fiber Optics. Thank you, EPB, for your great internet and power services.
Juan Hernandez just dispossessing Bukele of the ball. Just pushed him right off it. I'd still like to see a lot more pressure, and then here it comes. When Chattanooga's got the ball early in the possession.
The defenders aren't working too hard, Chattanooga, at the moment. Labs definitely need to put their forwards up in their faces. They aren't doing that. They're giving them plenty of room to make passes too like that. They're not shutting them down, so they have to pass quickly and make errors. Chattanooga are coming on to Atlanta pretty hard, and that's a nice ball. Let's see if they can get something going here. Chattanooga get 3 defenders back and defuse that one.
Yeah, Siqueira didn't have anywhere to go.
Right. But he was fast. He could have made a break then. He was getting away pretty quick.
Might be not necessarily overpassing, but he was looking to pass when he really had a chance to take it himself. Just being a little too unselfish.
Well, he was looking for the backup, which is, you know, to make any attack work, you have to do that. But both players down there. Oh, McKinley gets the foul against him. All the way up too. I think he's not happy with the decision. The referee's telling him to get back. So I think that was a hard tackle that deserves a card. The referee's taking care of business there, helping him back on his feet, which is very gentlemanly. So, and getting ready to make a substitution. I think there is, yes, number 13 waiting to come on, number 6 coming out. So Bukele is going to come off. Just a little later than we thought.
Yeah. Nearly had the substitution, so that is Mohamed Guerreiro coming on.
He is a right back, according to the team sheet. So I guess they're still looking to keep the defence fresh. Bukele's had a good game. He looks dangerous, and I've enjoyed watching him play. But if he's got something more serious than that muscle pull, we'll see. Chattanooga, no subs coming up just yet at this time in the game. That's an interesting shot come across.
Well, Alberto Serra was just drifting a little bit away from the goal, and they tried to catch him sleeping.
Well, they saw him, out of his goal. And again, we've seen plenty of goals scored that way too, with somebody. The goalkeeper is not fully awake.
just like how much more aggressive Atlanta's being right now.
That's a much better shot. Oh, off the crossbar. That's much better.
And much more dangerous.
Yes, even from distance, that was a very powerful shot. I think they're trying to go for the equaliser. That's good. And oh, another shot into the side netting. Wow. 2 quick shots back to back. Atlanta suddenly getting into top gear there.
A little bit of a pep talk from Alec
Something
Reddington.
happened. Yeah, he's got to have his pep talk with his team, but something happened there because Patrick Kwande took a cracking shot there.
Really good, clean look, too.
Yeah, it was. He got in space and had room to make the shot. So, not right off Atlanta just yet. Chattanooga need to make some of these passes connect and get that second goal, I think, to shut this game down. Atlanta, yeah, definitely looking a bit more aggressive.
I think that shot's going to give them a little bit more energy, too.
It is, because that was a cracking shot right off the crossbar. Blues haven't got to get close in to make a dangerous attack.
I think Chattanooga was doing a much better job passing the ball in the first half.
That's a good steal.
Not so much this half, but we'll see.
Oh, gets a knock, but not in the box. No penalty given.
The hooligans don't like that.
They don't like that at all. I think that's a PK. But it was actually on the edge of the box. And the killer's not arguing about it, so generally you can tell from the way the player reacts if it's there's something in it. So Chattanooga getting their first substitution. In fact, 2 substitutions. Creeps out. Oh, goal kick. So yeah, looks like Chattanooga going to bring in Topher Marshall and Cam Woodfin and try and attack and get that winning goal to close this game down. There they are. So Felipe Oliveira coming out, Cam Woodfin coming in, like for like.
And Charles Coleman coming out.
Okay, so cut the Coleman on the wings. Topher Marshall will be coming up there. Coleman's really a defender, but he's playing like an attacker right now. So there's your first 2 changes. Topher Marshall and Cam Woodfin coming in. See how they change the shape of the attack for Chattanooga. I think Coach Fuller's aware that Atlanta are not done yet, and we need to make sure that Chattanooga puts this game to bed.
And there immediately, you can see the difference that having some fresh legs out there makes. They started putting pressure on right away.
Yep. Also, I know that Cam hasn't scored a goal for a while, and he's very keen to get back into scoring ways again because he's usually a great goal scorer. So I know he wants to get that monkey off his back and get some goals again.
Yeah, I mean, you see one go in, you finally stop thinking about it so much.
Well, that's it, and that's what a lot of players do. That's a great ball. Here we go. Finish it. Somebody finish it.
They got a chance.
Wow. Deflected off.
Fantastic defense.
Shot in. Chattanooga starting to look really dangerous there. Couldn't quite get the connection to make the shot, but that's what you would expect with those substitutes coming on.
And a lot of bodies wearing black.
Yes,
in the box.
There are.
If you don't score early, they pack it in, and it's hard to get another chance.
Right, as we see now, they've got 3 back, but a few seconds they're going to have 8 back. And that's what basically they're bouncing off the bodies that are in the box. Chattanooga again coming forward. Woodfin and does not get the pass to Nagelstadt.
just a miscommunication.
Yeah, let's look at that again, because there was a lot happening in a short space of time, Keelan. I want to make sure we see that. Let's watch this again. I think the keeper pushing the ball behind the strikers helped, and then that shot deflected out and allowed to breathe again.
Yeah, but you had 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, yeah. Some great
Atlanta
chances.
plays in the box. That's going to be
Great chances there.
tough every single time, but the chance was there.
Yeah. Right, now into the 71st minute, and still 1-0 Chattanooga. But I wonder if the score will stay that way by the end of the 90. I think it's going to change.
I think so too, and I don't know which direction it's going to go because both teams are playing very aggressively right now.
It is different from the first half. We are seeing a real game on, I think, where both teams are going for it, and that's what we're expecting from the get-go, really. And we didn't really get that in the first half as much, so that's nice. Again, that ball is slipping away from Chattanooga strikers. And a goal kick award. Chattanooga, I think, we're expecting a corner.
And slipping away from Marcus in particular, he's had
Right.
some really good chances that have just come off his foot, either weird or wrong, and he just hasn't had that first goal.
Right.
That was the only chance he really had where it looked right when he hit it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the field is dried out. That's a good steal. Come on, Chattanooga. Here we go. Woodfin. Bang. Just over the crossbar. Nice shot. Yeah, and the good keeper is a little vocal with the referee. The referee's going to stand too much of that. He's saying it was a goal kick, and the referee said he got a finger on it, and it's a corner. So, Chick-fil-A corner kick. Eat more chicken to Chattanooga. Once again, Atlanta have got every team member in the 18-yard area. That's some serious defense.
Yeah, I mean, they have just battened down the hatches.
Yep. And I think they know the Chattanooga are dangerous in the corners. And yeah. Which is great. It does defend, but it doesn't give them a chance to break out. And they had a chance there to break out. Volley's in the wrong part of the field. Chattanooga throw. Man's not happy about that. There we go.
This is where Atlanta should probably apply a little bit more pressure. I mean, Chattanooga's having the chance to literally choose their angle of attack. And that shouldn't happen.
I think that's right, yes. They're definitely giving them more freedom of movement than they should do.
Chattanooga throw.
Yeah, nice through ball. Can Chattanooga make the connection? That's a little strong. Goal kick to Atlanta.
Yeah, and that's Marcus again. He just is thinking too much.
That's also possible. We do see players overthinking instead of going with their instincts. And then things like that happen, and a competent player starts doing things like that, and you're thinking, why is he doing this? And it's just what's in his head sometimes.
Yeah, especially someone like Marcus, who is,
Right.
I mean, a guy who scored 5 goals now in 3 matches.
He's on form this week for sure. So,
You got enough opportunities, you'd love to see one go through.
oh yes. 15 minutes of regulation to go. See what both teams have got in their reserve now as they get into the park when they're tired and at the end of the game. That's a good cut back, a little bit too far back. And we've got someone down. Uh-oh. Referee's calling on the medical crew. James Casack goes down and a yellow card given to number 4 for Atlanta, Victor Profit, for that. It's slightly away from the action, so you may not have seen it, but it's like he chopped James Casack down.
Yellow card brought to you by Kapperman, White, and McGarvey Eye Care. Can help if you've got foul vision.
Casack's up and about again.
It's a really good free kick opportunity, though.
It is. It's not good for a direct one, but it's certainly a good angle for popping it into the box.
It's like a closer corner.
It is right a close corner, isn't it? It's a good description. Pushing, shoving in the box there. Rather close hugging. Certainly people not 6 feet apart there.
No social distancing happening down there.
Zero happening there. It's a direct shot, and again, and it's in. Look at that. No.
Well, no, it's not in. It's bouncing around.
I thought it went in. And again, it's still bouncing around, and there's players down, and the ball is everywhere. Good grief. That was hard to watch. And we got a Chattanooga player down, we got an Atlanta player down. Wow. It's like pinball down there, isn't it?
I mean, that's basically all that it could be when you have that many bodies in that tight of a space and you've got the ball bouncing around.
Kyle De Silva up there gets the knock, he's up on his feet again. Now Atlanta bringing on 2 more subs.
Rodrigo Siqueira's out. Prince Agimang is in.
Yep, and the other guy, 20 Israel Kami, is coming on. All right, there we go.
Nicholas Salazar out. Israel Kami coming in.
Get the other one. Okay, Prince Agimang coming out, number 17 from centre midfield. So just about all the subs used up for Atlanta, I do believe. Chattanooga only used a couple. Atlanta's tactic of putting everyone back in the box, and there's a corner or a free kick seems to be working. As long as the pinball bounces don't go against them. But it can be as confusing for defenders, having too many defenders in the box as you are. I mean, we've seen that at the Euros. There's so many own goals these Euros from having, extra defenders back in the box. So
right, because it's not about control at that point. It's
about physical blocking.
Right, the ball's just going to bounce where it's going to bounce if you have that many people back there.
That's it. And you can't always guarantee where it will go. Talking of the Euros, we have the final tomorrow, England Italy at 3 o'clock, and then we have the Copa America final too, with Argentina and Brazil at 8 o'clock. So lots and lots of soccer tomorrow. It's just a great soccer weekend here. And there's a foul given there on Chattanooga. So lots and lots of soccer. Plus all the soccer games at Chattanooga as well coming up, for which we're going to be playing now every weekend pretty much until November. up until Thanksgiving, so it's going to be just non-stop soccer in Chattanooga, which is what we all love, of course, and everybody's excited about that. If you want to see all the games and save yourself a bit of cash, you ought to look at the Summer Six-Pack from Chattanooga from cfctix.com. Can you tell us about that again? I heard it. Tell me about it again.
Yeah, I mean, it's a summer six-pack. You can visit cfctix.com to buy 6 Flex tickets, a $72 value for just $55. CFC Flex tickets, by the way, valid for any 2021 CFC home match. So visit cfctix.com today, cfctix.com, for an opportunity to grab your summer six-pack. Save yourself a lot of money.
Absolutely. So that's, with the soccer coming up, let's make sure you can take advantage of it all and see what's going on with these great games. So 80 minutes in, still Chattanooga keeping the pressure on, thrown back there to Atlanta because number 8 for Atlanta got a knock and went down, Tyrone Harrison. And once again, Alberto, the keeper, coming out to talk to the referee and tell him what he thinks. He is wearing the captain's armband, so it is the captain's job to protect the players and, communicate with the referee. I get that, but he comes a long way off his line. And eventually referees get pretty tired of that. So that's a nice cross, not quite good enough on that one. Once again, the right idea from James Kasak.
I mean, it is just fun to watch Alberto. He is vocal.
He's interesting, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's talking to the referees. He's talking to his players. It's a lot of talking.
I mean, there is no arguing that, only the captains talk to the referee in soccer matches rather than getting a crowd of players around, which I think is a good thing. But he certainly does a lot of that when he's on the field. This portion of the broadcast, the final portion, brought to you by the Henry Lofts, our neighbours down the street. Bit of a hard tackle there, no card. Referee having a chat there with Richard Dixon. One yellow card already, doesn't want to pick up another one.
Yeah, and it was a little bit of a late challenge.
Yeah. I've seen worse ones, but I've seen better ones too, so,
And that's why there was no card. It was...
David Loco is still down. The coach for Atlanta is talking to the referee and the fourth official. Meanwhile, the hooligans are giving you their opinion too.
They have doubts about how injured David Coloco actually is.
They're saying, we have doubts, they're saying. Well, that's not the exact words I'm using, but something
you said the nice version.
Well, I have to for the broadcast and the ladies and gentlemen that are listening. So, So while that's going on and David Coloco is getting looked at, he may just be cramp actually, stretching his leg. Able to get a bit of water, because he is still humid and hot down there, which is fine. I'm kind of surprised they actually didn't call a water break earlier, because it's still a humid night.
Yeah, and we're not feeling it because we're in the air-conditioned booth, but you've got the humidity, and then the pitch absorbs some of the heat too, so you've got a lot.
Yeah, it is. Well, Richard Dixon on yellow, it says in the graphic there. But yeah, as we've discussed before, in the summer games in Chattanooga, the playing surface in Finley Stadium traps the heat during the day. And once the sun goes down, it starts coming off it. So you haven't got the sun on you, you've got the heat from underneath, which can still be, a factor in these games. And I didn't realise that until I went down the field to interview players after a game a couple of years ago, and I was like, man, it's hot down there underfoot. And the surface actually reflects the heat back. So certainly quite a delay over this free kick. Well, add some extra time at the end of this. Let's see what Atlanta to do with this delayed free kick. And a great goal yet. Oh, that's nice. The overlap. I cannot.
set something nice up, just couldn't really connect.
Right. Again, slow the pace down a bit and a good time to make a quick move and attack there. But I'm not on the field, so, you know, we're the armchair experts up here, as you know.
Right.
Like everybody at home.
When you have the bird's eye view we have, it's very easy to see what's being missed.
True. We can see what they're missing, and it's much harder to see when you're down there.
A little bit of a mistake by Patrick Kwanda leads to a Chattanooga throw.
So tonight's attendance just been handed that by my glamorous assistant, and the attendance tonight is 2,094 people watching the game, so that's great. Should have been here, folks, if you're watching the broadcast. So don't forget to come down next time we play, when we are here on the 24th for Soda City, and we also going away to Savannah Cloves on July 17th. We're actually away at Savannah for that one. You can watch it here on the 11 Sports. We'll be covering that. And the next home match, they had 24th in Soda City CFC. So lots and lots of games. And if you fancy road trips now, people are starting to travel again and go out and see our great country on the road, then it's a great opportunity to go to some of the fine parts of this part of the south and see some of the great cities and go to see some great soccer on Saturday evening. And also support the boys. So it's a great way to do that, and then make new friends too watching games. Now, also you've got to know the players really appreciate, oh good shot, really appreciate sport on the road too. So if you can make those trips, that's definitely a good thing. They appreciate you being there. So nice shot there. Old Castro again in action.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a couple of really decent opportunities so far.
He has. So let's be having something else by my glamorous assistant back here as well. That the other game, Soda City and Savannah Cloves, ended up as a 1-1 draw. So if this result stands with Chattanooga, they will go top of the table with the 4 teams for this round robin NISA Independent Cup for the Southeast region. So Chattanooga in a good place to hold on to a lead and go top of the table before they go into the next game. Clock's ticking down. A few minutes of regulation, but I think we may add maybe 4 minutes or maybe more of extra time. We'll find out shortly.
Deep pass, play just a little bit too long. So Nagelstadt didn't get an opportunity to really play it.
No, not really. It was a bit too much for anybody. Any human being can reach that one.
And he's pretty tall, but
yeah, but you know, that was a bit too much.
I think he might have needed 4 or 5 more feet.
Me like a Magic Johnson kind of guy to reach that one.
Yeah.
Atlanta trying to get a break going, and again they're getting more success than they ever had. And that's going to be a card, and the yellow card there.
That's a red.
Oh, is that a red? You're going colourblind. Ah, the second yellow for Tate Robertson. So Tate Robertson is out of the game. Luckily, there's only a few minutes to play, but 2 yellows equals a red in soccer, as you know, and there it is, red card from Mr. Robertson. He will take no further part in this game. He has to return to the locker rooms. And that's interesting, talking of red things, Alberto, the goalkeeper, is up there talking to the referee.
Giving his input.
Giving his input, as if he thinks the referee can't handle it. I'm like, well, I wouldn't go if I was you, but okay. He's covered more ground than most other players tonight.
He really has.
Still, we like these colourful characters in soccer, don't we? I mean, We've seen quite a few over the years, and it's always interesting.
It really is. I don't know if I've ever seen the keeper be this involved in every aspect of the game before, but it is entertaining to watch.
Well, hopefully we'll come out at the end of the game and, clean the bleachers. Good shot into the wall, though, and Chattanooga scrambled it away. So, we've been told it's 4 minutes of extra time to play. So when it rolls around to 90 minutes on the screen, there'll be 4 minutes after that. And Atlanta really pushing for the equaliser here at this Chick-fil-A corner kick. Eat more chicken. Everybody is up. Look at this. Chattanooga push it away. Now they've got the break on.
Little jersey grabbing.
Jersey grabbing play, and the referee calls it back. That was a chance for Chattanooga to break there with everybody up.
And that's why the jersey grabbing happened. Marcus is trying to...
Both players did it. It wasn't just
Oh, yeah.
one. Atlanta with Patrick Kawanda, the sole man, defending. Everybody else is up. In the box, bumped away nicely. Marcus Nagelstadt, not surprisingly, getting it away. And as we go into the added time, the 4 minutes of added time, don't forget, if you need more time for your business, contact HHM for all of your accounting needs so you don't run out of time. Still some drama to come, I think, Keon, as Atlanta push hard, but Chattanooga realising this would be a great time to score that goal and put this to bed. And out for a goal kick. Not sure I should have been a corner kick, but okay.
That should have been a corner kick.
I thought it came, the defender interrupted the play, but all right.
And the hooligans know it.
Uh-huh. Well, as usual, everybody knows except the referee. That's the normal way of these things. Everyone in the stadium knows the answer. I think they do.
And I know that we usually read this at yellow cards, but the foul vision.
Well,
he got foul vision. Kepperman, White, and McGarvey Eye Care can help with that because that was a terrible.
And there's another hard tackle. And referee's getting the card out again. That yellow card's getting a lot of action tonight. Richard Dixon's turn to get cut down. And a card for Atlanta. And here, now a yellow card.
And it was
batch out there.
Interesting bit of irony, David Coloco being the one making the aggressive tackle here. And he was the one that was on the ground for a while earlier after he got tackled.
Acting like he was shot in the back of the head or something. I'm fine now. So Nick Spielman picking up a yellow card. Oh my goodness. This is going to be overtime for our fine people at Captain and White and McGarvey Eye Care. If you've got foul vision, they can certainly help with that. And it's overtime for them. Very, very busy session for them. All these yellow cards going in. Into one of those games where it's a good shot, a little bit too high. It's flying over the flags there. Back into play very fast though, so I think Atlanta are pushing for the equaliser.
They have to. The clock is their enemy now.
It's really against them. There's only a minute or less than a minute to go. Chattanooga now with the steal. Can Chattanooga get it going? They've got to be quicker. That's a foul, pushing the back. Nagelstadt gets pushed in the back. Referee does not get the cards out this time. Gives Chattanooga
Mohamed Guerrero with the push.
Chattanooga gets a free kick. It's 25 yards out. Not quite shooting range, but close. Unless you've got a Cristiano Ronaldo on you, which we haven't got, we can still take advantage of that. Nice play there. K-Sack ducking and diving, good play. And Chattanooga through. dangerous place.
Yeah, it might be a free kick.
Actually a free kick, sorry.
Yeah, Patrick Kuando with the push in the back.
Ah.
You know, Atlanta feeling a little bit of the pressure to try and get the ball back.
This must be the last movement of the game. We're over 4 minutes in. Everybody on their feet now, with the subs on their feet, the crowd on their feet. I'm waiting to see if Chattanooga can get this goal. Hello, that was taken with a player less than 10 yards away. And that's it. The referee indicates that's the game. 1-0 to Chattanooga. They get the win. It puts them top of the group. So Chattanooga go into the next game as the leaders of the group. Excellent. So they go away to Savannah Clovers on the 17th of July down in Savannah, which you can watch here on 11 Sports. The next home match, though, will be on the 24th against Soda City. And there's Marcus Nagelstadt, our only scorer of the night, but the one that made all the difference and got us 3 points. Don't forget to visit CFC Tix to buy tickets for all the home games. And also in between that, there's also a game on July 21st at Boone, North Carolina. We go back to play Appalachian FC, so tons and tons of soccer coming up. And lots of good soccer to come up through the entire year. Marcus Nagelstadt, our man. Well played, sir. Good game from him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He was not having his best match, but scoring the goal early, he continues to be on fire. 5 goals, 3 matches.
Right. That's right. He's the man. 1-0. There's your final score. Don't forget the scoring the goal makes all the difference to Chattanooga soccer ball collectors. So
yeah, with that, you know, the Chattanooga FC goal, the only goal of the match, you get Chattanooga FC soccer ball. They're only $20 for the next 24 hours at cfctix.com, cfctx.com. Use the code IND Cup at checkout, and you can get a soccer ball, a CFC soccer ball, for only $20 for the next 24 hours on cfctix.com.
How about that? That's a great deal. Thanks to Marcus Nagelstadt for that great deal. And so everybody's wrapping up for the night. That was an interesting game. Atlanta different in both halves, Keel.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tale of 2 halves for them. They were not very aggressive. They were very timid early on. And then in the second half, they make the adjustment. They take control of the match, especially in terms of just getting to their spots in the box and getting some good shots. One, of course, hit the post and didn't go in, but that was as close as they got to scoring, and that was an opportunity they created simply by being more aggressive.
I think that was a great shot. They couldn't get in close enough to get better shots than that one. When they took the shot, that really made a difference. It was very dangerous, and I wasn't sure Reddington was going to get with that one or not. It was super close, but luckily the crossbar saved him, so that was good. So yeah, the players now saluting the hooligans, of course, as they do at the end of each game, which is just behind the graphic there. The hooligans are hopping around and doing all that. And yeah, so we got some more games coming up, like I said. So lots and lots happening in the NISA Cup and straight into regulation play. You can see all the schedule on ChattanoogaFC.com, of course. You've got all the games there, so you can see what's happening. Make your plans accordingly to be here in Chattanooga to see some games. And that was a good night, good crowd, and lots of fun tonight. The weather didn't help, but the delay was a bit of a pain, but we made it. So here we are with another great game in Chattanooga. We'll show you some stats from the game momentarily. Here we go. All right, Keon, take us through the stats.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately 1-0 is the score of the game, but 14 shots for Chattanooga versus 10 for Atlanta. 8 on target versus 4 for Atlanta. Not because of the lack of pressure, only 4 saves for Alec Reddington, 7 for Atlanta, and a couple of those saves, by the way, by Alberto, very spectacular saves.
Yes, they were.
5 corner kicks for Chattanooga. I do believe Atlanta had 1, but yeah, 5 corner kicks for Chattanooga. 1 offsides for Chattanooga, but that's to be expected. They had the ball in the attacking half for most of the match, and so yeah, you're going to have an offsides or 2 when you're dominating the ball that much. 13 fouls for Chattanooga versus 10 for Atlanta, most of which for them came in the second half at the end.
Right.
You know, 5 yellow cards for Chattanooga, 1 for Atlanta, but the 1 red card, which usually makes a difference in matches, but didn't really make much of a difference because of how Chattanooga was able to still push the tempo and keep the ball in the attack.
It was certainly late in the game. It didn't make much difference. But yeah, as we saw in the first half, the fouls were 4 apiece in the first half. Then the numbers went shooting up in the second half as the tempo went up. It shows the tempo changed completely, and there was much more contact and aggressive play. And so yeah, great all round really, and an enjoyable game to watch. I would have liked to see Chattanooga get a second, but we got the result, so I think we're in good shape. So yeah, Keon, thanks for joining me tonight. It's been great fun to have you back here again, and I hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast. I know we enjoyed having Phil D'Amico here and hearing his news too, and hearing what's going on with the team. So before we wrap up tonight, we'll just say don't forget the next couple of games coming up. We're away for Savannah Clovers, and then home games here after that. So we all wish you a good night from a little later than usual from Chattanooga FC. Thanks for watching the broadcast, and thanks to our sponsors. It's been a great Saturday night. Thank you for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Don't forget soccer tomorrow, Euros playoff final at Euros final 3 o'clock, Copa America at 8. Tons of soccer. Enjoy those games. Don't forget it's coming home to England, and I'll say good night on that note. Good night.
Good night.